What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream. And we are live here today. We're going to be playing No Limits 2 Coaster Simulation. I haven't played this game in quite some time. I actually visited it not too long ago, but I didn't really play it. I just kind of rediscovered it a little bit, and I'm a little rusty probably, so I haven't played this in forever, and I want to do a lot of custom stuff. Like, I've seen, you know, the scripting, I've seen the extra stuff you can do in it, and it's awesome. So there's just it's such a realistic thing that, you know, even coaster manufacturers use this program to design their roller coasters. So that's what's so cool. I have the professional edition, so I'm able to get all that fun stuff along with this game. So I was able to track down my key from my email, so I didn't have to repay for it, thankfully, and because this is one of those programs I paid for again that I had to go look for the key, and this time I actually saved it, and that way if I ever have this issue again, I'll always have the key with me. So I want to also try and maybe print that off, maybe write it down somewhere or something like that, so I never lose it again. You know, because you never know if I ever, you know, do something again. You know, that would be something. So, anyways, we're here live once again, playing No Limits 2 for the first time in forever. Now, bear with me just a little bit. I'm going to be kind of relearning some things. I was pretty good at the game at one point, but again, a little rusty probably for the most part, so and here we go. So we're in the editor. I know the first thing we have to do is create a park. So we're just going to start off with something simple because I really want to get my skills back up in this game. And we're going to do new park. And I know you can do custom objects in this. I used to actually make my own custom objects, and I actually went in and did some 3D editing and actually created some of my own objects. I remember I was working on a Outlaw Run recreation before, and I'm really interested in doing something maybe more like Time Traveler recreation or something. I think that would be very interesting, very fun, if I can make it work properly. So, but we'll see how everything works out. The name of the park, let's just put JLW Games, because I'm just going to be building something as best as I can right now. Alright, so this is going to be our JLW Games Park. Hey, welcome back in No Limits 2. It's been a very long while since I've been in No Limits 2, and I'm ready to get back into it. Like, no joke. I want to create like a full series of just No Limits 2, but right now we're just trying to get back into it and get a feel for it again, because it has been so long since I have been in this game that I don't know, but welcome to the stream, and I see Gunnar is saying hello, question mark, so hello. A little slow for people getting around to the stream, it seems like, tonight, but that's okay. And I've been busy with making videos throughout today, so that's interesting. So let's go ahead and start on with a new coaster, and we'll see what we want to do here. I don't necessarily want to go into a recreation. I just want to try and do something very basic, maybe something like wood. I know wooden coasters are probably the best way to start in No Limits 2, so we're just gonna call this one we're just gonna work on a very simple one called Cyclone, and I want to try and do as many details as I can and make it as best as I can. One thing I don't really remember is the terraforming really well, and I want to try and get back into that, and texturing and different stuff like that, because you can do a lot of custom stuff in this game. And something I'm very interested in is getting a custom coaster car that it resembles like a mock spinner or mock rides, and they have a already have the launch coaster within the game, so that's always interesting as well. I'm here since 6. Oh, well, that's about 8 minutes. That's not too bad. Alright, so now we're going to have to place the coaster. Let's go ahead and get our properties done first. So this is Cyclone, a classic. I'll just do an out and back woody. Out and back wooden coaster. Alright, so we're just going to do an out and back You know, I don't, you know, Cyclone seemed like a very easy to get on there. Hey, Coaster! Zony Coaster, thanks so much for those bits. I appreciate it. That is 100. Glad to see you're back in No Limits. Love the software, and I've made some cool terrain stuff. You got a Discord. I do have Discord, and I haven't used it lately. Last time I used it was in the 24-hour stream, so I do have a Discord. I'm still trying to figure out how it works, though. Okay, so track... Start vertex. So what I'm going to be doing here is, again, I'm just revisiting myself a little bit here. So I know we have to start vertex, and then we go through and add our vertices to do that. So, and it always ends up shorter than what I expect. So again, I remember you can do like a 4 view as well, so you can actually get 4 different views on the screen at once. That's something I don't know if I remember how to do. So you get all these different views. We're going to raise our station up just a little bit. If I remember how to select stuff. I was just wanting to join your public Discord if it is public. I know we created one. But I would have to... Okay, so if we select both vertices, we should be able to just move it up. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. But yeah, on the Discord, I'm gonna make it a little more public later, but I'm gonna go File, then Preferences to change the views. That's right. So I know you can do the 4. Yeah, there we go. I think it's the quad view. Thanks for letting me know on that, because I do remember having this, and it's very useful to be able to have different different views here. So of course we have our perspective view, which is always nice to kind of get a feel of what that looks. And I definitely know I want the top view. We have a left and front view. I think that's a pretty good way to start off, for sure. Alright, I know we can add vertices here. As you can see, it goes straight down. We don't want that. And I remember that I would always make it the same height. So you can see the meters here, the -14. That's what we're going to want to do if I do copy. To make it the exact same height anyways. If I did that wrong, I might have did that. It's not the X, is it? No, it's not X. Oh, gosh. Oh, I thought I clicked Control Z. No, that would be Y vertice. Y vertice would be the, yeah, Y vertice is what we need. I'm so dumb. I usually just run in double view, perspective, and around. That makes sense, too. I'm going to try quad view for a second, just so I can kind of get a view for everything, but that's how we're going to start it. So, I got to get my things right here. So, Y is your up and down. Again, I was never good in, like, geometry days and stuff like that. If that even is considered geometry. But you say, I might just try double view instead, but... Yeah, let's just start off with double view. Quad views, we're not that advanced yet. Okay, so double view, we want top. You can change it in a second, but we can do top, and then let's do perspective, because perspective's kind of your 3D look. More of your 3D look. Okay, so I know doing turns is kind of always interesting, so you can add a type separator. And then we'll make this first section, again, gotta remember, section type, this is gonna be our station. There we go. Alright, one thing I didn't do on Coaster, we need to go to Coaster Properties, and I'm going to go to, see, I still remember a couple things, but it's been a long time. Alright, so I kind of want those PTC, PTC? Is it PTC trains? Is that the name of them? See, there's your GCIs. Let's do 4-seat. Let's do heavy worn, because I want this to look like an older ride. And then I remember operation mode, closed circuits. We want to do, I know, spline position. We got center of rails, and then there is heart line of coaster style. I always usually do height line, but I think on wooden coaster I'm going to keep it to that one. We got number of trains and cars per train. Oh, there's not, I don't know if this is new, but you can run backwards now. That's awesome. I've never seen that option, if that has been available for a long time. Okay, so now we can do the supports. I want, of course, I want that, let's do that kind of faded brown. So, as if it's gotten old over the years. So, close to gray. Why doesn't this Twitch show your schedule? Twitch show my schedule anymore? So, good question. I think I've explained it before, but I don't know when my schedule is going to kind of be for work at the moment until the season starts. So it's kind of unexpected, and I don't want to miss like a scheduled stream. So if I schedule something, I don't want to, you know, if I'm unable to make it because of due to work and everything, because I don't know when I'm getting out of work. I don't know when I'm gonna have work until, you know, until the season starts. When the season starts, I'll get back with the schedule back up on Twitch. But as of right now, I just don't really know at the moment, so my schedule very well. So that's kind of the reasoning behind all that. Okay, so we're going to go back to track here since we got it selected as a wooden coaster now. And we can always add vertice. We can also insert vertex if we want to put one like in the middle and stuff, which is never a bad idea for like different stuff. Oh gosh, that went like underground for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, let's insert vertice. Right there. And then I can adjust it to be straight. I love the straight feature. And then we can make the Y exactly the same as the rest. That way it's nice and straight. I always put a couple of extra because when you start turning it, I don't want to turn the station platform at all. Like that. I want to keep the station still and straight. So, hey, welcome to the Stream Guard Geek. Glad to have you here. So that's why we kind of have that. But at the same time, we kind of want to keep this in the straight zone. So if I select all these, we can actually, I love the straightening feature, so we can make sure it's straight. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go immediately into the lift hill to get started. Because I am a beginner. And, you know, it's a classic, gonna be a classic wood coaster, so, it's gonna make sense. Let's go from the right here. I'm comfortable with going from the right. Alright, I'm gonna move this guy somewhere around here. Again, this stuff is a lot more advanced than, you know, like Planet Coaster and stuff. This stuff is going to be a little bit more. I always try to figure out how the heck I can get the station without doing that. And I know you need a couple of, like, straight pieces just to really capture that, and then you can kind of create the angle, and I don't know if there's a way to When did I start? I started about 18 minutes ago, so not too long ago. One thing I kind of want to figure out is exactly how it's best to place vertices in the top side view. Yes, for sure. And every time I did that, it went straight underground, which was kind of the issue I was having. In perspective, to change the heights of things, don't forget to use select or strict vertices. Yes, strict oh yeah, I think I remember stuff like that. If I remember how to do that. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Alright, so strict vertices, yes. So you can lock them and stuff like that. I forgot about that, actually. So thank you for letting me know about that. Again, it's been, I remember these things, but at the same time, I don't remember them. Okay, so if we click on each one, if you lock it, I believe it can't move. That's the way it is, and I don't know why you can't. And read what I said earlier, it will help you with the dropping issue. What did you say earlier? To fix the drop, oh, there it is. Delete the dropped vertex and select the last vertex. Then, okay, so yeah, just select it. That's right. It's kind of a weird thing. I think I remember that. Vertex cannot be restricted? Question mark. Alright, so strict and locked, because I don't want it to move. That's right, you can do the locked vertices. Oops, I don't know what that did. But I didn't want it to do that. Alright, so I gotta... Let's see, we're gonna go from the right here. So now when I move this, it's not gonna move the station pieces like that. That's what we want. I want to lock that piece there as well. So now that makes things a little bit easier. A lot easier, actually. Now, do you know, out of curiosity, if there's a way you can check the exact angle of this? Is there a way you can check the angle of descent or ascending in this particular? Like, say if I wanted an exact 30-degree angle on this. Do you know if there's a way to do that? Or do you just have to eyeball it? Type of coaster. We're just making a regular wooden coaster because I'm not confident enough to... I just want to get started. So I'd say... I know you can go based off the check or the boxes here. You can see that if you go about there, that's... I actually don't know angles. You might have to use trigonometry. Yeah, I can see you have the boxes, which is helpful. Like, obviously, if you have it straight up, you can see that the 90-degree angle and then 45-degree angle would be in between the boxes. So that'd be a 45-degree angle. So if we want... I don't want quite 40. I'd say 30 is probably about right here. I want around 30 or less on my angle of ascending the lift hill. So that's what we're gonna do. We have this last piece selected. We're gonna go ahead and add a vertex. There we go, and again, we can select all this, and can we not make straight? Series of vertices needs to be selected. I thought I did have a series of vertices selected. That's weird. Don't forget to strict vertices on the lift and strict roll nodes so the track doesn't curl on you. Yes. So I know I'd always do the rolls to make sure it does not do that. So I know once we get this a little bit more down and everything, we will be able to figure this out a little bit better. Again, there's no always an option to do strict. Oh yeah, I locked this one. What if I did strict? We don't want to do strict. Oh, we don't want to do that on that particular one. Oh gosh, I've messed this up. I remember I would always have a good way of actually making these. Alright, that's actually pretty good right there. Wish I was in a voice call with you. It'd be so much easier for me. You don't need... It's okay. I actually want to discover a lot on my own. Because I remember everything. For the most part. Like the basics and everything. The part that is hard is just remembering everything. See if I can still move that. I don't want to be able to move that. I don't know why it won't let me make that straight. Probably because of the strict and the locked that I did. That's right. Because I know it always just like use just one. Okay, so how tall do I want this? Is another good question. I'm at about 45 meters, so I always like translate it to feet because I'm American, so meters. So I always go to online and just go meters to feet to figure it out. So 45 meters is about 147 feet, so let's go around 30 meters. That's about 98 to 100 feet, so... Oh gosh, I'm accidentally creating vertices. I don't want to do that. So I want to go about 30 meters tall for the entire ride. So in other words, we're going to go back to the top view here. We're going to have to shrink this down. See, I wish we could do strict. I don't know why we can't do strict, but we can't do strict. There we go. Can use your units to feet and change the grid spacing to match. Can you do actually? I never found, even when I was playing, I could never figure out how to change it to feet if that was a thing. So where do you change it to feet? I never noticed that. Alright, that's preferences, but I don't see anything there. Let's change the units. Snap distance. None of that. Overlay. Precision. I don't see anything here. Unless I'm like completely missing it, which I wouldn't doubt. Viewports. I don't know what the viewports are. Transparency, precision. Unless it's somewhere else. I mean, you said preferences, but view. I think you changed to Imperial in the setup menu. So, oh, okay. So you would have to go to the setup menu. Okay, I got you. So let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and save. We'll leave the editor real quick. We can get right back into it. So this would probably be under. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go through all this until we find it. Detail, others, units. There we are. There we go. Now everything will be in, like, feet and everything. Should be nice. Ah, yes, that's a lot easier for me because I'm American. Being American, that's a lot easier. Now I don't have to use the meters to feet. Okay, excellent. I kind of want to look it up, though, if you can determine the angle of ascent/descent. How to measure the angle on no limits 2. So, I mean... I don't really see much on there. Alright, so this, again, will be a... We're gonna be... This is gonna be an easy, simple coaster, so it's not gonna be anything huge or anything like that. We're just gonna create a nice little wooden coaster. And that is the goal with this. So, once we get to the top here... I'm going to go to the top view. I'm going to add a vertice. Actually, I'm going to select this first, then add vertices so it will not mess me up here. It'll probably still mess me up, but... We'll make everything straight afterwards, though. Should be able to change the grid size. Should be able to change the grid size. I guess I could use the snap tool. That actually is a lot is more simpler than using other stuff, so. Alright, I gotta remember how I did this. I think I kept one at the same angle and then... Yeah. Just to kind of make it a nice transition to the top here. And we're gonna go top here. I'm gonna select these guys. I might be able to select this one too. Make straight. Oh, I know, don't forget to strict. It's just when I strict, it actually doesn't give me the option to strict on some. Didn't give me the option to strict on some of them. I guess maybe it's just the end one. I don't know. See, when I do that, I don't want to do it to that one. We want to do it to that one and that one. I don't want to do it this top one because it does that, and we don't want to do that. Well, maybe we do. Because then if I... No, we don't. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I want to keep it like so. So that is good. It looks... It's looking good so far. Let's, I guess we should check perspective here. It's a pretty decent angle. You can slide the strict vertices around. So you can slide them around. I got you. So you... Let me see real quick. Once I get all this down, it'll be a lot easier. So if I do this... Yeah, you can slide those up and down, but it just keeps that that shape. But at the top, we're curving over, so I don't want to do it at the top. Again, I only do like 2 vertices in between here. So it makes sense for these two to be strict, for sure. That way this section is completely flat. That's what we want. said slide the other one. So the turnover is good. Oh, okay. So, oh yeah. I see now. The good thing is it keeps us nice and straight when we do that, so I see what you mean. I think if that's what you meant, but I mean the curve over looks pretty good right now. I like how it is, how it's sitting at the moment. Kind of like so. Okay, I think I see what you mean now. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it. Yay, we created a lift hill, even though it's not technically a lift hill just yet because we haven't added the section type yet. Alright, so that's the first step to my building skills. I just kind of want to take a look at what it's looking at right now, so we're just going to do a wooden generator. Let's see what this one looks like. I'm just going to generate supports for wooden right now. Let's see, I don't know if I want to use those wooden supports. Let's go ahead and clear generated. Let's go one more down. Take a look at this one. Yeah, those will, I think that's what we want right there, maybe. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I want to freeze the ride. See what it looks like. Just to see what it looks like. And it's looking pretty decent. Got that old kind of color that I'm looking for. I was really wanted to see the colors, kind of. Yeah, the cross ties are still white, so we might need to change that. As you can see, it looks nice and worn and old, so it's going to be a nice old coaster. I kind of want to add some... Maybe we even pull the terrain up, or maybe even lower it down just a little bit. Lower down the station and everything. It's a little too high. One thing I do want to get into is like making some custom stations and stuff as well. And then I want to do a lot of custom stuff. That's what my goal is to create a lot of custom stuff. Whether it be like importing some custom objects into the game, different things like that, and really just creating some unique and customizable stuff. So let's unfreeze that, and now we can go ahead and clear the supports, because we are no longer needing them right now. So, alright, so I'm going to go back to the top. Go back to tracks here, add vertice. And now we're going to go into into the first drop here. Okay, so this is going to be like the end. Right. Okay, so I'm going to pull this down here. Gotta make sure you're straightened. I got snapping on, so it snaps to the center, which is nice. Alright. Now we're gonna add another vertice. We're just gonna take it a piece at a time. Use page up and down when moving things up and down in perspective. Okay. Moving things in... Oh, so page up and down. So if I... Oh, so that keeps it straight. That's actually very helpful. I didn't know that. Thank you so much. That's useful. That's very useful, actually. Alright, we're going to... I think there's actually a setting to where you can make it go just one way or other, so it doesn't go left and right. You just want it to... Because right now we're not doing any turns. I think there's a setting to where you can do that. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. If you're sticking with the grid, you might as well make the drops and hills and one of the side views. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. Because we're not going to have many turns on this. It's just going to go up and down. We're going to do some turns. Of course, we have to do some turns. So, but do you remember if there was a way to make it to go just like up and down rather than left and right? I thought there was something that you can set it to where it would only go one way or the other when you're moving it. So it'd strict it. Kind of like strict it, but not really. Just when you're trying to move it around. See, like, I mean, it doesn't really matter since I'm in this view, I guess, so. Alright, we're gonna plop down a couple vertices here. And we'll go from there. And then we'll just kind of shape this up. We don't want it very steep because it is a classic wooden coaster. So it's not going to have a very steepness to it. And then, of course, we do need to depump the vertices frequently as well. That way we get the smoothest experience we can. All right, we do need to add a type separator, I guess. About right there. That way we can make this a lift hill. There we go. And there's also different things we can do with the lift hill as well. Extra block length, speed. We can change the speed. Anti-rollback has anti-rollback device, so that's an option that you can even put a dive coaster drop release mode. That's cool. I didn't even know you could do that with like anything. Motor at start, motor at end, silent motor. Friction wheels or chains. I just love all the options in this. Like if Planet Coaster had advanced options like this, I would be in love with it. Like I wish Planet Coaster had an advanced, maybe like an advanced mode to where you can really go more in detail with it. That would be quite something. Alright, for right now that's good. And let's just depump the vertices. I believe it's under element. Depump the vertices. So we did pretty good on our own. It didn't move too much, so. Alright. So we got our first drop going in here. Not very steep, of course. Oh, yes, the G-force comm. I remember that. We want to, let's do that right there. So you can see the G-forces. You don't want any, like, red. This really helps with realism and making it the ride smooth as possible as well. Thank you for reminding me of that. I do remember that as well. Thank you for reminding me that. Again, stuff is coming back to me. I remember everything, but I don't because it's been... I probably haven't really done much in this program in the last year or two. It's been that long. And I just want to get back into it because I paid a lot of money for this game. Because I got the professional version as well. So we're going to go perspective, and I kind of want to take a look at how the first drop's looking with this automatic supports. Let's go ahead and... I wanted to go back to the coaster properties real quick and change some of these colors all to the same color here. That way it's all the... Oh, that's the harness. Alright, let's make the coaster car a classic red. Let's make the seat black. And let's make the harness orange. That seems like a very generic way to do it. At least I think so. Rails, cross ties, everything is like white at the beginning, so. And then the tunnel, we're not going to have any tunnels just yet, so. There we go. Alright, let's freeze this bad boy up and take a look at it where it is right now. A nice classic wooden coaster on our first drop. And we got the nice lift hill installed now. Looking pretty good. I do want to try and get into the terraforming as well to see how well we can work with that. But yeah, it's a pretty classic wooden coaster drop. At least I think so. Been using the software since nonstop since you got it. Got you. I did when I first got it, and then I just stopped playing it for a while after Planet Coaster came out. I just got away from it because I'm big on the simulation part of things, and you know, like theme park simulation, management, and everything. And this game doesn't have any of that, but I loved the physics and everything about it, coaster-wise and building-wise. That's what I do love about this game. Slash software. It's kind of like a software and a game. More than a game, but I'll clear those generated there. Okay, so we got the G-forces on still, which will help us in the end. We're gonna do another hill coming into here. So I'm gonna try and pull this out. We're gonna run that over with a depumping the vertices again. Hey, what's up, Freemasons? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful night. If you want to test it before its complete circuit, you can put a brake at the very end and run it without E stopping on the lift. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, it might be a good idea to test it at times to make sure it works. Alright, I'm just going to place down our vertices, and then we're going to go through and really start shaping. You can see we get a nice view to try and get rid of those G-forces that we don't want, or because we don't want to put really bad stress on the track. As long as we're in the green, yellowish kind of area, usually pretty good, I learned. So we're just getting in here, we're gonna shape this up to our liking. It should be a pretty good hill right there. Should get some decent airtime. See, going downwards, we don't want to go down. We want to get that happy spot to where it's the best. Started making a new park and playing coaster today, and I'm really liking it. Well, that's good. It's always good when you like it yourself. Gives you a little bit more confidence when you're building it more. Every new element I make, I test it to make sure it's as smooth can be. Yes, that's definitely a good idea. But I'd assume you say you put a brake on it, in other words, like a block section, or a block brake or something. That way it will continue to that section after you've added the elements. So now I'm going to go through, we're going to depump the vertices real quick. Almost like the auto smooth tool, kind of, I suppose. And now, I guess, now that we got a drop and airtime hill going up, let's see how well that goes through. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Jesse's at VisionCon right now in Branson, which is a, you know how cons are. It's really cool. It's like the Comic-Con of Branson. It's a little smaller, but it's growing. And she's sending me pictures of some of the stuff. Did you just buy the game? No, I've had the game since it first came out, actually, and I bought the professional edition. So I have all that special stuff, and I love when you do the recording of it. It adds the motion blur and everything like that. It looks so good, and I can actually record it in Ultra HD now, which is incredible. I can't wait because I want to, after I get this basic coaster done, I'm going to try and make a recording of it, see how it turns out, post it on YouTube, and just see the quality of it. I'm very excited. Okay, so we're going to make a quick, break section, I guess. Make it long enough, I suppose. When you depump, make sure your last two vertices aren't selected so the depumper doesn't move the track out where you want it to be. Okay, got you. That's actually a really good idea there. I guess just want to put a block section here. Track, station, left, brake. Okay, so since it's a brake, can we make it a block? Friction brake, magnetic brakes, brake device, trim brake, complete stop. So you make it come to a complete stop and wait time for... See, I love all these different things you can do. Okay, so it is a block brake already, so that works fine. Alright, and let's test this out, the first little hill here, just to see how well it's doing. But thanks so much for the tips, Zonies. I definitely appreciate it. Okay, so sorry, texting Jess here. She's going a little crazy at con. Oh gosh. Alright, now we're going to... That's alright, get the supports real quick. That way we still get a nice little preview with the supports. I love the supports. How long have you been live? About 50 minutes, and... again, I've been... Alright, so if we go ahead and freeze it now, we don't have to load it up later. And let's just kind of get an idea of how well this is turning out so far. I haven't used any of the roll stuff yet, so I don't know if any of it might be slightly slanted. Hopefully not. Shouldn't be. Don't see why it would be. We've only gone straight so far, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and save. Always save just in case. Let's leave the editor and check it out. Actually, stop on it. Type selector, and then just a few feet from the end of the track, and I need... Oh yeah, I was just kind of checking out the brake stuff. Is all I was doing. Getting familiar with it. I know that for next time. I'm just going to slap it down, but I was just kind of checking it out. I couldn't remember if there was a different... If you had to set it for block section. Oh gosh, I forgot I can move there. Get rid of that message, because I just want to check this here. Yeah, it's got some good speed on it. And now we're stuck. If I believe so, you can do E and you can do different views. Pretty neat. Do that view. There's also the flyby view where you can actually lock onto the train here and just kind of get whatever kind of spot you want for that. The pursuit view. I believe this is like kind of like the cinematic view where it actually changes, or is it this one? Target view. Or is it a view that's kind of like cinematic, equivalent to Planet Coaster cinematic videos, so. Alright, let's go back to the editor here and unfreeze it. Press F4 and reset the coaster if you want. Okay, so that's good. A good note to as well. Good note as well. Again, stuff is starting to click back again to remembering how to really do everything. Alright, let's get rid of the separators. And now I'm going to start with some more vertices. Vertices here to do this, and then we're gonna go down and get a nicely shaped hill here. That's the goal anyways. Lots of useful stuff on the F keys when in the simulation. That's right. It's true, it's true. I built a simple GCI today, and it was funny that the park guests in Planko went more towards the flat rides than the only coaster in the park. Well, that's not cool. Must have had people that don't like roller coasters in your park, I guess. Misty Park has been running into problems this week during construction. First, the river and the lake flood. Oh, no, that's not good. Second, the lift hill on the wooden hypercoaster collapsed. Oh, no. That better not get in the news, or it might affect the GP from visiting your park. Third, on the sign of the wooden coaster got destroyed and it was being transported to the park, so the opening date may get pushed back, but only time can tell what will happen. Oh, man. That kind of stinks. Okay, so now we got the hills going down. Let's see if depump the vertices will shape that up to that hill up a little more. Yeah, that's a lot better. Good job. Good job. Okay, so now we're just going to go up and we're going to do a turnaround. So I'm going to test my skills on making a turn. See if I can remember how to turn stuff. And then we're just going to start heading back towards the station. It's going to be a very short, small, simple ride. You know, just kind of like a very small ride. You know, it's going to be very short. And then when we turn around, we're going to do a couple airtime hills, hit the brake run, and we'll be back in the station. Again, I'm just trying to test my skills and get kind of familiar with the program again, so I'm not doing anything. This is kind of more of like my my introduction back. So with each time, I'm going to try and do my best to do some new stuff. So obviously, the wooden coaster is probably going to be the easiest. Hey, Trains, thanks for those bits. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the stream. I am sick. I've been laying down most of the day. Oh, that's no fun. I have to say, I'm very happy with my immune system, because my immune system is ridiculous. I know Jess is in the chat, but just ask Jess. My immune system's ridiculous. I haven't been actually sick in like 5 years. Like, I haven't been... The last time I was actually actual sick was back in 2013. So, it's been quite a while. It's almost been 5 years, because that was summertime when that happened. And I even tried to go to work, and they wouldn't allow me to go back to work, and I was just like, ah, come on. Alright, so we're going to go depump the vertices. Oh, we gotta go make sure the forces are good, which they are. Okay, so we're just gonna let's make a right-hand turn. Why not? We're just gonna make a nice right-hand turn. Hate my immune system. I don't get sick often, but when I do, it takes a little longer than normal for me to recover. Ah, that's not fun. Like, I'm very fortunate, so... Bam, JLW Games. JLW gets pneumonia the next day. That'll probably happen, but I've been saying this, like, all the time, so... Even though I say it all the time, you know... It still doesn't happen for whatever reason. It still doesn't happen. Okay, so I'm going to actually... strict that one. Is that correct? Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. No, stricting is not what I want to do. I gotta remember, now we're getting into new stuff. So if I locked it, what would that do? That would allow it not to move and keep the previous track straight. And that's what I want. I wanted to lock it. So now we're going to make our turn around here. Shape up this turn. It's going to be like one of those slow turns like you see on those classic wooden coasters, which is kind of the idea. We'll shape that up. I'm going to go to perspective here and see how this is shaping up in 3D. So I made sure it goes down just a little bit at the top. That way we can keep some stuff. We'll do the rotation, or the... I also believe the big apocalypse is upon me. Man, it seems to be like all the time. What's with that? That's not cool. We'll also add the rolls later on. I'm not going to add... Usually I do add the rolls at the beginning, but I'm going to do the rolls later. Especially on this coaster, it'll be easier, I think, to do the rolls after we get the layout done. So we don't even have to do much of a tilt here anyways, because it's already at a slow pace. Okay, so I'm gonna add a quick brake run right here for a second, and then we're gonna test it again. FBI again. Oh no. Glad to know that the FBI is always watching. Alright, we're gonna add a quick type separator. Throw in the brake, and we're going to do this again. So we're going to do the wooden generator, generate final, good. And we're gonna do a quick test to see how this is gonna look. So that creepy smile, yes. Very creepy smile. Let's freeze the ride and get a look at it. Everybody loves the FBI. Yeah, so it's going to be a nice stretched layout. Hopefully it'll make it around that curve. Okay, and if it does, we'll be in good shape. So that's why we're testing it. I always like to save first before I do anything, just in case. I'm going to leave the editor, and we're going to press play. And take a ride. As we test it out. You don't have to... You don't have to have the brake on a straight section of track when you're just testing. That's okay. It's one of my, like, I don't know if I'd call it OCD, but just kind of like, it's got to look nice at least. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things for me. Oh, no. The block has no following block. Whatever shall I do? Just ride anyways. We'll get stuck at the block section. Alright, I kind of wanted to see how much speed we have here. I believe there is a friction multiplier, kind of like playing a coaster, so we can adjust the friction. Oh yeah, that's definitely good. Thank goodness for blocks not letting us go further on. Yeah, so this is looking pretty good. Once we add, of course, some trees and stuff, it will look better. Oh gosh, I forgot about the walk view. I don't know how to get it. I forgot how to... Okay, Q, that's right. Gotta press Q. Alright, so this has turned out to be a nice, classic out and back wood coaster so far. Alright, so we'll exit out of that. We'll go back to the editor, and let's continue on. Unfreeze. Let's clear those supports. And make sure we're getting back into it. Alright, so going to the top. You do know how to get to the operating mode, right, Joe? Yes, I do know you can actually operate it yourself and get the panel up. I've even seen before, this is something I would love to have, that someone actually connected, like, it was like a USB panel, and they actually had a real panel where they actually pushed buttons to make the ride move. It was so cool, like, How cool is that? Like, that's just awesome. Let's go from the right view now. So we're gonna add to, that's the F4 command, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, I'm going to go to track, we're gonna add vertices, and I kinda want it to, best of my ability, try and mirror the other side here. Does that make sense? Which looks like we accomplished that pretty well. So if I take these guys and depump those vertices up, should be pretty good. And that's pretty decent, so people have made their own NoLimits 2 panels. It's absolutely awesome. Seeing those projects, they are absolutely amazing. Yeah, like, that's like goals for me right now. I want to have my own panel for NoLimits. That's just awesome. Like, how incredible is, like, just that idea of having your panel for your coaster, like, kind of in real life. That would just be cool. I've seen them, like, online for sale, too, so they're not cheap, I will say that. Alright, I'm again going to depump some more vertices here. We're just doing some basic airtime hills here. And we're gonna head back towards the station. I'm actually going to go ahead and add a vertice here. Oh, I need to add that, I need to add a type separator here. Oh, thanks so much, Tony, for those 10 bits. I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to leave you now. Good luck, and if you ever get the chance to look up Force Vector Tool and learn how to use that, it's amazing for making perfect kills like B&M has. Okay. Yeah, again, I'm going to be trying to look into a lot of different stuff into the game, like custom stuff, different things in that matter. It's definitely on my radar to do a lot. So this is going to be this station, and this is going to be transport. No, not transport. Storage. Nope, nope, nope. I gotta remember. But thanks so much for joining, Jonies. I appreciate your help that you have helped me with. Because there were stuff that I did forget, so very helpful. Okay, I'll make the station there. And we're gonna make a brake run. And then I gotta remember how exactly to make a transfer track. I know it's not super hard, but I do not remember. But we'll leave I think we're going to leave the transfer track out of this ride. We don't need a transfer track on this one, but it's definitely something I probably will do learn myself off screen and before I do anything else, so. All right, so we're just going to do a quick turnaround here. All right, all of these vertices are going to be locked, so they cannot move. I believe it's in either track elements or select special elements. Sure? Special track. Ah, yes. Transfer table. There it is. Aha! It's one of those, like, aha moments. I'm actually going to get rid of that. Let's do special track, transfer table, place her on down. Looks like we can move this whole thing. So this is neat. You made a video on how to make a transfer track in 24. Like I said, that's probably like the last time I played it, though. That's the thing. So that's my issue. I haven't played the game in so long that I don't remember how to do anything. I mean, it all pops in there, but it will all pop in there, but you know, it's just one of those things that I don't know. But again, I think I'm gonna leave it out for this episode. Or anything. Just for that sake. But we'll get into it, don't worry. We'll definitely get the transfer tracks in, just not on this one particular, so. Alright, and then, was this the locked one? Yes. I'm going to do a turnaround. We also need another type separator here to distinguish that brake run. Because that's going to be a brake. And then this is just going to be normal track. Oh gosh, why are you? No. You are locked. Which means you're not moving, but I need this one locked as well. Oh wait, it doesn't have any movement that I don't want. And hopefully shape up a nice, beautiful turn of greatness. You can always insert vertices as well to help out, if need be. This is one of my favorite songs on Epidemic Sound. Absolutely love it. Alright, so that way we can just connect that in the end. Once we get to that point. So all we're going to be doing is connecting this to that section here in just a moment. Alright, so I'm going to select this. We're going to add a vertice. We're just going to add a couple more airtime hills. Maybe just one more, and then we're going to go hit the brake run here pretty soon. Alright, get the shaping I want on these guys. We're just going to select these, depump these vertices real quick. That'll be good. Alright, instead of testing it one more time, I think we're going to go ahead and do our best to try and finish it up here soon, in a minute. Oh, do we have an issue here? I think we do. I think my turnaround got messed up. Yes, it did. Why would it do this? Alright, what's this one? Is it really 30? I don't remember you being 30. Seems a little high. I'm just gonna place these values in real quick. That way they're good. Maybe it was 30. 34 or whatever that whatever the height is. Because these all need to be the same height. I did a messed up. If that makes any sense. I hope you guys are having a fantastic night tonight. I've been very busy on trying to get some stuff done, and I'm going to be doing a couple more episodes for the 24-hour live stream. As you know, the first 2 parts came out, and the last part was a 17-hour clip that I'm having issues trying to get, and I think I might try and break it up into segments as best as I can to make it work. But we'll see exactly how all that's going to work out, because I don't know how well it's going to work out. I want this one in perspective. This one will be from right. And I want to see this as it commences. Now, what I was going to do is I was going to create a quick break run. That's what I was going to do. Actually, no, we're going to... I keep changing my mind. Alright, so we're going to go up here. Alright. With me so far. I'm going to go up here, depump these vertices real quick. And now, I'm going to hit a break run. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding the vertex here. Alright, so this will be right about here. I'm going to depump these vertices real quick. Now I gotta connect these somehow. Oh, there's already a transfer table there. Interesting. Song reminds me of Lindsay Sterling, if you know who she is. Yes, I do know who Lindsay Sterling is. Fantastic. I listened to a lot of her stuff, actually. Quite a bit. What was I gonna do? I was gonna go to track. I know if you do this, you can connect the final pieces. Yeah. And then if it's possible, I want to select the last couple of pieces, make sure those are straight, which they are. Excellent. All right, let's go in perspective here. It's kind of a weird thing, but this is all going to be break run. Whoops, not storage. It's gonna be a break run. I got the top view so I can see about where roughly it turns. There we go. There we go. So this is like the most basic coaster you could probably build. She was an inspiration when I was learning how to play the violin. Ooh. I definitely want to play the violin because it's one instrument that I have not touched. Even though I can play a lot, I play a lot of instruments. It's one instrument I never touched. Alright, so these are kind of interesting spots. So if I depump these vertices, that's going to do that. Okay, so I haven't added any rolls yet. Might not even technically need any. I can see the G-forces right now, but it's probably a good idea to add some. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some rolls. Add the rolls sections here. And what I always do is I just double click them and then make sure they don't go from the lateral G-force stuff. So double click on them. No lat G-force, for instance. No lat G-force. So I always just place a couple on the inside. You don't want to place too many or it can actually unsmooth your ride. Alright, this one I can make 0. I want the end one 0, that way these are not. There we go, yeah. Alright, so that has a little bit of a bend, as you can see. Ooh, gosh, we have some reds in here. That's not good. Did not actually notice that until now. So we're gonna need to select those and depump some vertices here. Need to get rid of that red. It's actually surprising that that actually is that red. Alright, so we're going to try and limit and get rid of that as best as we can. Go in, depump vertices. It's just kind of like out of nowhere. Like, these drops are fine at the beginning. I don't know what made them. Really don't know. I actually really don't know what made them red. That actually kind of surprised me. I was just like, why is that red? Like on my first drop and everything, everything's just red. So depumping those vertices will help. Not really. I don't understand why that's red though. Is it really? Like I was not expecting those to turn out any red. Probably because, oh, it's the roll, I think. So we need to go through and actually take care of that. So what a good thing to do is make sure all these are at 0. I just place them throughout the track sometimes. Because it will actually, for some strange reason, it like when you add rolls and stuff, the rest of the track gets twisted for some reason. Like, there we go. Got me so confused at first, and I was like, what the heck's going on? Did I accidentally add 2 there? No, I didn't. Okay. It's like the weirdest thing. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. So I usually throw them through the entire ride. Here, this ending, though, we can actually do this. Could use just a little rotation on it. I usually just click no lat G-force. One of the most helpful tools in the game. There we go. All right, I think we're about ready for our first test run. Alright, let's see if these will rotate at all. I don't know if they will. They might. Oh gosh, I think we still have, like... I think the reason being is we have a lot of speed through this brake run still. So we might need to change some stuff here. Speed limits. Let's lower that down to 8 miles an hour, if possible. Deacceleration, let's try and up that just a little bit. Let's go 1.5. And see if that just helps. Yeah, see, now it's actually helped with that. As long as the stop is not too sudden and ridiculous. Yeah, so we got a pretty good ride coming on here. So I'm just gonna go to single view now. Go to perspective. So far away tonight. Okay, so the ride layout itself, pretty much done, as long as this goes well. We'll see if it goes well. We're gonna go ahead and freeze that. Yeah, it looks good. Looks like something I would design. That's a classic Woody right there. Just nothing but airtime hills, a turnaround, back to the station. This would be like a design for very early days, I feel. Okay, so I'm going to save this project, and we are going to go leave the editor. Yeah, so if you push F4, you can bring this up, and we can actually turn the automatic dispatches off. You can even do manual as well, which is ridiculous. So you can do manual dispatch. That way we can control when it dispatches. You can even make this more transparent, I believe, if you wanted to. That's really cool, because you can even take trains on and off the transfer. I love just doing that for fun sometimes. I love how you can see, like, the roughness of, say, like, the wooden coaster. It's really kind of neat how you can see that roughness. Because it is an older ride. Because I chose the worn, and I don't know if that makes a difference, if it's worn or not, but we got this nice little thing at the end here. So that's a pretty good stop right there. I might actually be able to turn the de-acceleration down just a little bit more there. But overall, not too bad. There's a couple spots where it's kind of wonky and some spots, but overall, it's pretty good. All right, that's flyby. Let's see. This is the flyby pursuit. Let's go. Let's see what the flyby view does. All right, ready? Thumbs up, dispatch. Here we go. I love that. I think you can push spacebar or enter or something to actually. That's a shortcut. Oh, here's the transparency. So you can go minimum or max. Alright, so there's that view. Pursuit. Target view is the one that's kind of cinematic, I think. I believe. I believe that's correct. Does it switch spots? Doesn't look like it changes though. The right view. Flyby. I know there's a way you can actually put like a custom image on the logo or something on the front of the car too, if you so desire. I made that de-acceleration so high. Automatic zoom on, automatic zoom off. Oh, so I think there's different settings with this, with that view. I haven't gotten the ad in the last 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I haven't had an ad in quite a while either myself. Personally, which kind of sucks. Okay, so now that we have our coaster, there's something else we can do. If I go to top view, you can see our layout. It's very easy to see our layout. We can actually go to scenery. We can choose scenery. We also have trees and plants. Oh man. It's auto plants. Ooh, grass. No way. Got grass in there. Okay, so let's see if I go up. Lots of different trees that we can add. I believe it randomly places them every time, rotation-wise. I'm gonna slap down some trees. See, these are a little easier to place too than Planet Coaster, so. Ooh, maple tree, yes. Give me all different kinds of trees. I don't remember, but I thought there was possibly a tree cluster. But I can't remember. I don't think there was or not. There might have been. I can't remember if there was or not. And then there's also, I do want to do a little bit of terrain editing. Not a whole lot. Like, I do want to figure out, of course, texture-wise and stuff. Was a little bit on the advanced side. I remember trying to figure that out at the Very beginning. So yeah, we're just gonna plop down some trees here and see how it works. If I got a perspective, this is how we're looking so far. It's starting to come together. It's starting to look a little bit better now with some of those trees. Yeah. But like I said, I do want to go in and... Ooh, palm tree. Don't want that palm tree. And again, you can put in like your own custom objects too, so... That's one neat thing about this game. You can actually create your own 3D objects, throw them into the game, if you need something specific, so... Pretty neat. I'm trying to find a lot of different trees to just throw in here. I might try to do some terra painting as well. We'll see how well that turns out. Again, I just wanted to start off very basic for me, but at the same time, you know, just trying to get a refresher on how to build a coaster, how to do everything within this game/software. Because I want to be a really good creator in this and Planet Coaster. That'd be cool. And I actually have very high interest in doing a time traveler recreation. Since this is NoLimits 2, there are literally no limits, so I can build whatever I want. I've even seen custom mock spinning trains, so I might see if I can't get my hands on one of those into the game. That would definitely be helpful. I think it would look good. I don't really care for that one as much. Ooh, bamboo. It's kind of like a bush. HD foliage. Yes, please. There's even more stuff. This is HD foliage. That means it's much better. HD tree lines. Oh, I see what that is. Oh gosh. This is probably stuff that you'd want to put off in the distance. Because I don't want it there. You know, kind of like that. White birch. It's a pretty good tree. One thing about these trees is they're all like 2D, so gotta keep that in mind. They're just like, you can see how they are. They're not 3D like Planet Coaster. It's one thing that they lack in. Their coasters look phenomenal and everything, but like their trees do kind of lack a little bit. I do think they do actually have some 3D trees. Yes, here they are. So they do have those 3D trees. Still not fantastic, but it's probably what I should have been using this whole time, but we'll have a mixture of 2D and 3D. Just so we can fill it up. There's a lot of different trees in here. Got tree 11. Tree 12. Some of my favorite trees. Am I right? See, these place down a little bit more flawlessly than Planet Coaster. You just... and they're there. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're spamming those trees in there. Alright, I don't want to go too crazy, just enough to get in there. Get my point across. Oh boy, that tree number 12. Yeah, wait, but here's tree number 13. Oh, it's a beauty. Tree 13 is a beauty. I kind of like tree 13. But how's tree 14 stack up? It's pretty good. Not too shabby. Okay. But wait, there's more. There's actually quite a few trees in here. I love how they're numbered, but they're not in order in the list. Kind of in a weird order. Okay. That'll be good for right now. Got some trees in there. Now, some of the weird things. Terrain? Terrain generator. Terrain settings. So this is where you can... Let's see. There's apply auto paint. See if I remember even how to do that. Remember how to do this, and then you can set the markers. If you push modifier markers, it's really weird how the terraforming tool works in this. I think, in my opinion, kind of weird. There might be some different ways to do it. Subtract paint. I think you have to go to... So you got smooth terrain, terrain settings. There's the water. Layers. Height, smooth terrain, clear markers, rect, auto paint. This is what we want. We want a paint layer. The current layer is an auto paint layer. Okay. So we gotta change it from auto paint to, I don't know. Maybe we won't do any terraforming right now. It's a little bit sketchy how to do that. I'm gonna have to look it up again because I don't remember. I feel so bad. I don't remember how to do it. But that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and save. And let's check it out. Whoa, gosh, I pushed a button on accident. By accident. Alright, we're in manual dispatch, so here we go. You ready? I'm so excited to ride, guys. Wait for it. I got us covered here. You ready? God, it's like does this weird snapping. It doesn't want to work. Ah! Ah! Oh my gosh, it's so scary! Oh man. I love wooden coasters. Ah! 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 Ooh, that was so fun. Ooh, that's so fun. I just want to keep riding over and over again. I just want to ride over and over again. Woo! I should, like, get a fan in my room just to blow my hair to make it look like I'm on a ride or something. And that was so fun. That was so fun. Just forget about it. I'm going again. Okay? I'm going again. Oh. Oh, crap. I messed everything up. Holy crap. Okay, there's the right panel. Right there. I gotta dispatch it. Ready? Ready? Ah! Yeah! Dispatch the ride by myself. Honestly sound like you're more moaning in pain rather than yelling for excitement. Well, that's the thing, you know? Oh gosh, I'm messing this up. I'm terrified. That's what we're going with. I'm terrified of this ride. I need a wider range. My hands get cut off. Ah! Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I'm scared. Oh, crap. I'm scared. Oh! Ah! Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. I'm doing it. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, we're going a little slower here. Going a little slow. Okay, here comes another hill. Hill. Ah! 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 Oh, man. It's... is it over yet? Ah! Whew. Oh, man. That was so scary. That was some scary stuff. I'm gonna get myself back where I belong here. Alright, that's too much fun at this point. That's too much fun. Absolutely love that. And if we press play, there's actually a lot of different stuff here. You can download stuff too. I kinda wanted to check out some of these. I don't have any downloads, which is kinda sad. One of my favorites is the one that kind of replicates Cedar Point. Peninsula Park, that's what it is. This one is literally Cedar Point without calling it Cedar Point. Because it's got like a gatekeeper. The exact same layout. It is the exact same layout. It is exactly the same. Like, not even a difference to it. But it's really cool. It even has the keyholes, which is neat. Okay. Too much fun at this point. But I look at some of these and I go, goals. Love the knockoff names they used. Yes, this is Peninsula Park. Wait, I wasn't ready. Wait, you stop it. I wasn't ready. Yeah, so this is pretty much Gatekeeper. It's just called Peninsula Park. As you can see, they have the... even have the awesome... Love how they even connected that with that. It looks fantastic. Like, it's the exact layout of Gatekeeper. So, the name of the ride is Keymaster, which is funny. Alright, we'll get the ride running again. So, the cool things that you can just do with this, is crazy. Like, if I wanted to e-stop the ride, stop it on the lift, I can do that. Pop it up. It's really cool. I think it's got the 3 trains on the track right now. I'm pretty sure. Just one in the station. Yep. So you can see it go. Like, for instance, you can even take trains off the track and stuff. It's pretty neat. So if I stopped it here and switched it to manual, we're in automatic right now, but if I switched it to manual, real quick. So now we're in manual. We can actually go to full manual as well. We got devices here, which has all our brakes and block brakes, the trains, switches, and this is how you can control the transfer. I'm just going to stop because of the block section. Alright, so I got the transfer. Say if I want to remove this train. So if I go to transfer here, I can click backwards. And we can take it off the tracks. It's just kind of a neat little feature, I think. If I go back to switches, that's going to stop right there, and then we can put the transfer back into place. I have successfully removed a train from the track, so that's fun. After that's in place, we can get the ride back up and moving again. So say if I wanted the ride to keep moving from this transfer block, since we are in manual, you can go full manual even as well. You can go to block. Here's this one. I can go ahead and move it to get it back. And I don't know if the lift will automatically start back up. Probably not. Yeah, no. So let's move the lift and start the lift back up. And that will start. Really neat feature though. And then if we want, we can always click it back to automatic so we don't have to manually make those things move forward. So I don't know if that's going to roll into the station, probably. Excuse me. Yeah, everything's manual at this point. Then you can move it into the station. After we move it into the station, we can make the block brake go forward. Also how, like, you can move trains by themselves and make them crash into each other. Yeah, you can have freedom to do whatever you want, kind of. I'm gonna wait for that to go, and then I believe once the trains have stopped moving, you can switch it to manual, or auto. Each train must be in block section, yes. So once we get this into a block section, we can operate with 2 trains. I am the god of destruction. Seems like everyone is sometimes on this ride. On these kinds of games. Alright, so safety friction brake. We'll move them forward into the block section. And after that comes to a complete stop, we should be able to switch it to auto. And the real cool thing is, this is actually how a lot of rides actually operate. So now we're in auto. I have it on auto dispatch. So that's really neat. Alright, let's take a ride. Up our lift hill. Clickety clack up the lift. Didn't even realize there was a Tatsu recreation. I guess there is, now that I think about it. That sounds about right. Meow. This is totally not Gatekeeper at all. It's Keymaster. An oversized corkscrew. Love the keyholes. It's a really fun ride in real life, too. I have to say, this is, like, spot on, too. Like, they did a good job at this. Like, they must have... Unless this is the design they used to make Gatekeeper, if they used NoLimits to design it. And just took that file. So I would almost say this is 100% accurate. At least I think it is. Pretty neat, though. There's a lot of different ones. Yeah, I want to go and download some of them and maybe even showcase a couple. That'd be cool. See, they have Kumba. New recreation of Kumba. I guess they didn't get the rights to use the names for Cedar Point, but they got Busch Gardens Kumba. This one's cool. Look how dirty it looks, though. See, something I love about NoLimits is that you can create your own custom supports and everything and all that good stuff. You can really just kind of customize everything. Kumba thing was from NoLimits 1. That's right. It was... this was actually built in NoLimits 1. It's another cool thing. You can actually convert your NoLimits 1 creations into NoLimits 2, which I also have NoLimits 1, but NoLimits 2 is better, so I don't see why I'd ever go back. Oh my god. Getting a little tired. I have to be at work early tomorrow, so... we'll probably be ending here pretty soon. I just wanted to get back into the swing of NoLimits a little bit, and I definitely will be playing it a lot more, I think. At least on my own free time. I don't know if I'll play it a lot in streams until I get a little bit better, but I don't know. I love just the curvature there. That's some good curvature. I want to be able to build rides well enough to where it's like, wow, you know? And I just want to do some custom stuff. I was glad I was able to find the key to this, so I didn't have to re-buy it or anything. That's one thing I'm glad of. Pretty glad. But I think I'm going to do a POV video of the coaster we built and test it out to see how well I can get it. So I think I'm able to record it in 4K too, which is absolutely nuts. And my computer should be able to handle it because it says it can handle it. Yay, tunnel. Ah, yawns. Could you imagine having a park simulation game with the coaster builder in NoLimits 2? It would be absolutely insanely nuts. It would be bonkers. That's cool. They have Colossus as well. That was converted from NoLimits 1. You can see, yeah, it says converted from NoLimits 1. I do want to get some downloads and download some really neat ones for sure. Kingsland features 1 Giga Coaster and Classic Corkscrew Coaster. Is this King's Island or King's Dominion? But yeah, I want to test out the quality of it. Yeah, that's Intimidator 305 right there, I can tell you that much. This must be... it says Kingsland, but I'm guessing King's Dominion. That's what it is. That's going to be my guess. This is technically King's Dominion coasters. I've never been to King's Dominion, but I definitely want to someday. For sure. I seriously think they took some of these. Oh, we're in walk view. I guess we're starting in walk view. I meant to do that by next. I believe that's Anaconda, pretty much. I just love the walk view. This is something I wish, you know, I mean, you can, it's similar to like the Tidget Cam, of course, but like there's collision, which is kind of interesting. Oh my gosh, this queue line. That's one thing I want to do is like add queue lines and stuff. Adventures, roller coasters. See, I like this. I love the perimeter fence too, the chain link fence. Very clever. Welcome to King's Land. Look at the grass. Put in all that grass too. You can create some really cool environments with this stuff. Oh, this is the exit. And just the views. I mean, when you do the recordings on it, it looks so much better. That's why I have the pro version. Because it does that motion blur effect, and the quality is incredible. Because it goes by, it actually does like kind of what Cheat Engine does. It slows down the gameplay, and it gets every frame it can. And it automatically makes it real time after it's done. King's Dominion once, but that's when I was young. It was before I-305. Gotcha. Well, let's ride Intimidator here. Why not? I know there's shortcuts, but I can't remember what they were. Oh my gosh. I see one inaccuracy. This is a cable lift, technically, in real life, but that is a chain lift right there, my friend. I think it's the same track used as Millennium Force? Can't tell. Or is it a chain? I think, no, it's a cable. Just, you know. Just like a real life POV. I love how it has that shakiness when you're in the ride view. These twists and turns have to be really fun and intense. Ew, trim brakes. This is the amount of the stuff you can do in this is just incredible, though. I will say that. It looks like such a fun ride. I want to ride Intimidator 305 so bad. Oh, that's walk view, ride view, fly view. Where's all the other views? I'm confused. Controls. Did I do something wrong? Oh, here's the dispatches number enter. Okay. Ready? Ready? I'm gonna do it. Oh, yeah. Funny thing is, there's no actual panel in this. It's like a launch. It just like shoots up there. It's ridiculous. There it goes. Welcome to Intimidator. Here's the flyby view. I just want to do some test shots of maybe even some of these things, recording-wise. These are fantastic. It's the pursuit view. Got target view. Oh, so you can move around and it just... But it focuses on the train. That's what it is. Alright, dispatch the other train so we'll go in. So I can go, like, anywhere I want, and... It's kinda neat. Look at that train go. Man, it just flies through those turns. I love airtime. Alright, we should be good. I'm gonna dispatch. Is it that fast in real life? I don't know if it's that fast. Seems a little fast for it to be real. Oh. I guess we did a little bit too quick there. Now we're stuck at the top because of block sections. Literally have the same park open on my computer. Ah, that's fun. Now, like, my gosh, if I can make a really good time traveler recreation, that's my goal out of all this. I want to make a really good time traveler recreation. It's going to be difficult, but I really want to do it really bad. I don't know how would I go about it yet, so I want to get better at the game first. Like, could you imagine? It would just be so cool. Just be so cool. Okay. I'll be working on that. I'm gonna be working on it. I will be working on it. But first I need to get the mock rides, Spain coaster cars. I don't know where to download those or get those or how to import them or anything, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of research to try and figure that out. So that'd be a lot of fun, but that's going to do it for tonight's live stream at the moment. I'll probably be back tomorrow night. We'll see, depending on what time. And I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow just yet, but we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And we'll be back soon again in No Limits, hopefully. So I will catch you guys next time. Have a great day, and an even cooler tomorrow. Thanks so much, guys, and... goodbye.